If you're a man over 50 and you've been feeling like a shadow of your former self, if you're struggling with low energy, decreased muscle mass, poor sleep, and a diminishing sex drive, then what I'm about to tell you could be the wake-up call that saves your quality of life. Here's the harsh reality. Every year after age 30, your testosterone levels drop by 1 to 2%. But after 50, that decline accelerates. And if you're making the 3 critical mistakes I see in my urology practice every single day, you could be unknowingly sabotaging your body's ability to produce this vital hormone. The consequences aren't just uncomfortable, they're life-altering. We're talking about increased risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, depression, and a complete erosion of the vitality that once defined you as a man. Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Mitchell, and I'm a board-certified urologist with over 15 years of experience helping men reclaim their hormonal health. I've seen thousands of patients walk into my office feeling defeated, convinced that declining testosterone is just an inevitable part of aging. But here's what the pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know. Your body is still capable of producing healthy testosterone levels naturally, even well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The key is avoiding the 3 devastating mistakes that are literally hijacking your body's hormone production. Today, I'm going to share with you the exact strategies I use with my patients. Not expensive treatments or risky procedures, but simple, natural methods that work with your body's existing systems to restore healthy testosterone levels. The testosterone crisis. Before we dive into the mistakes, let's talk about why this matters so much. Testosterone isn't just about sex drive, though that's certainly important. This hormone is responsible for maintaining muscle mass and bone density, building and sustaining energy levels throughout the day, regulating mood and cognitive function, supporting cardiovascular health, controlling fat distribution and metabolism. Recent studies show that nearly 40% of men over 45 have clinically low testosterone. But here's the shocking part. Most of them don't even know it. They've accepted fatigue, weight gain, and declining performance as normal aging. Gentlemen, this is not normal aging. This is your body crying out for help, and it's completely reversible when you stop making these 3 critical mistakes. Mistake number 1, chronic sleep deprivation. The first mistake I see destroying testosterone levels is chronic sleep deprivation. And I'm not just talking about getting 6 hours instead of 8. I'm talking about poor quality sleep that's robbing your body of its primary testosterone production window. Here's what most men don't understand. 75% of your daily testosterone production happens during deep sleep, specifically during REM cycles between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. When you're not getting adequate quality sleep, you're literally shutting down your hormone factory. In my practice, I've seen men increase their testosterone levels by 30 to 40% just by optimizing their sleep. One patient, John, came to me with testosterone levels of 280 nanograms per deciliter, well below the healthy range. After implementing my sleep protocol, his levels jumped to 425 nanograms per deciliter in just 8 weeks. So what does optimal sleep look like for testosterone production? First, consistency is key. Your body needs to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. This regulates your circadian rhythm, which directly controls hormone production. Second, create a sleep sanctuary. Your bedroom should be completely dark. I mean pitch black. Even small amounts of light can disrupt melatonin production, which is crucial for deep sleep cycles. Third, temperature matters. Keep your bedroom between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Your body naturally cools down to enter deep sleep, and a cool environment supports this process. But here's where most men sabotage themselves. They use electronic devices right up until bedtime. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs suppresses melatonin production for up to 3 hours. That means if you're scrolling through your phone at 10 p.m., Your brain thinks it's still 7 p.m. My recommendation: implement a digital sunset. All screens off 2 hours before bed. Use this time for reading, gentle stretching, or intimate conversation with your partner. Your testosterone levels will thank you. Mistake number 2, chronic stress and cortisol dominance. The second mistake is living in a constant state of chronic stress, which creates what I call cortisol dominance. This is perhaps the most insidious testosterone killer because it's so normalized in our society. Here's the biochemical reality. Cortisol and testosterone are made from the same raw material, cholesterol. When your body is constantly producing cortisol to deal with chronic stress, it literally steals the building blocks needed for testosterone production. I had a patient, Michael, a 52-year-old executive who came to me with severely low testosterone. His levels were 195 ng/DL, lower than many 80-year-old men. But here's the interesting part. His cortisol levels were through the roof. He was working 70-hour weeks, dealing with constant deadlines, and his body was in perpetual fight or flight mode. We didn't put him on testosterone replacement therapy. Instead, we focused on stress management. Within 12 weeks, his testosterone naturally increased to 380 ng/DL, a 95% improvement, just by addressing his chronic stress. Now, chronic stress isn't just work pressure. It includes physical stress from overtraining or under-recovering from exercise, emotional stress from relationship conflicts or financial worries, environmental stress from poor air quality, toxins, or constant noise, nutritional stress from processed foods, excess sugar, or chronic inflammation. So how do you break the cortisol-testosterone cycle? First, implement stress reduction practices. This doesn't mean you need to become a meditation guru. Even 10 minutes of deep breathing exercises daily can significantly lower cortisol levels. Second, prioritize recovery. For every hour of intense activity, whether it's work or exercise, you need proportional recovery time. This means actual downtime, not just different activities. Third, consider adaptogenic herbs. Ashwagandha, in particular, has been shown in clinical studies to reduce cortisol by up to 30%, while simultaneously increasing testosterone levels. And here's a crucial point about exercise. While resistance training boosts testosterone, chronic cardio, especially long-distance running, can actually suppress it. If you're doing hours of cardio every week wondering why you feel exhausted, this could be why. Mistake number 3, nutritional self-sabotage. The third mistake is what I call nutritional self-sabotage, unknowingly eating foods and following dietary patterns that destroy testosterone production. Testosterone production requires specific nutrients, zinc, vitamin D, healthy fats, and adequate protein. But most men over 50 are deficient in these key nutrients while simultaneously consuming foods that actively suppress hormone production. In my practice, I routinely test micronutrient levels, and I'm shocked by how many men are walking around with severe deficiencies. Low zinc alone can reduce testosterone by 40%. Vitamin D deficiency, which affects over 80% of men over 50, is directly correlated with low testosterone. Here are the biggest nutritional mistakes I see. First, avoiding dietary fat. Your body needs cholesterol and saturated fats to produce testosterone. The low-fat diet craze of the 90s created a generation of men with hormonal dysfunction. Second, consuming too much sugar and processed foods. These create chronic inflammation and insulin resistance, both of which suppress testosterone production. Third, drinking too much alcohol. Even moderate alcohol consumption, more than 2 drinks per day, can significantly reduce testosterone production. Positive dietary strategies, here's what optimal testosterone nutrition looks like. Include healthy fats at every meal: olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fatty fish. These provide the building blocks for hormone production. Prioritize high-quality protein. Aim for at least 1 gram per pound of body weight daily. Grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, and pastured eggs are ideal. Focus on micronutrient-dense foods. Dark leafy greens, colorful vegetables, and nutrient-dense fruits provide the vitamins and minerals needed for optimal hormone function. Supplement recommendations for most men over 50. I recommend these key supplements. Vitamin D3, 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily, depending on blood levels. Zinc, 15 to 30 milligrams daily, preferably with copper to maintain balance. Magnesium, 400 to 600 milligrams daily, which most men are deficient in. Timing and lifestyle. But nutrition isn't just what you eat, it's when and how you eat. Intermittent fasting, when done properly, can actually boost testosterone levels by improving insulin sensitivity and promoting growth hormone release. The integration strategy now, here's the key. You can't just fix one of these mistakes and expect dramatic results. Testosterone optimization requires a comprehensive approach that addresses sleep, stress, and nutrition simultaneously. Let me tell you about Robert, a 58-year-old patient who came to me feeling completely defeated. His testosterone was 220 ing/DL. He had no energy, and his marriage was suffering. Instead of immediately prescribing testosterone therapy, we implemented all 3 strategies I've shared with you today. Week 1 to 2, we optimized his sleep environment and established a consistent sleep schedule. Week 3 to 4, we added stress management techniques and removed the biggest stressors from his daily routine. Week 5 to 8, we completely overhauled his nutrition, focusing on hormone-supporting foods and eliminating testosterone killers. After 12 weeks, Robert's testosterone levels increased to 425 ing/DL, nearly doubled, without any medical intervention. But more importantly, he felt like himself again. His energy returned, his mood improved, and his relationship with his wife was stronger than it had been in years. I've seen this transformation hundreds of times. David, a 55-year-old construction worker, went from feeling exhausted by 2 p.m. every day to having energy that lasted well into the evening. His testosterone increased from 195 to 380 ing/DL in 10 weeks. Mark, a 62-year-old retiree, told me he felt like he gained 10 years of his life back. His brain fog cleared, his motivation returned, and he started enjoying activities he'd given up on. Here's what's fascinating. Each of these 3 areas, sleep, stress, and nutrition, doesn't just work independently. They amplify each other. Better sleep improves stress resilience. Lower stress improves sleep quality. Proper nutrition supports both sleep and stress management. It's a positive feedback loop that compounds your results. Start with one area. I recommend sleep because it has the fastest impact. Master that for 2 weeks, then add stress management. Once those are solid, focus on nutrition. This progressive approach prevents overwhelm and ensures lasting changes. Let me give you realistic expectations. You'll likely notice improved energy and mood within the first 2 to 3 weeks. Physical changes like increased muscle mass and strength typically appear around week 6 to 8. Maximum testosterone optimization usually occurs between weeks 10 to 16. Now, let me address the obstacles you might face. The biggest challenge I see is consistency. Men start strong, but lose momentum after 2 to 3 weeks. Here's how to stay on track. Create accountability. Tell your partner or a close friend about your commitment. Track your progress. Keep a simple daily log of sleep quality, stress levels, and energy. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge improvements in mood, energy, or sleep quality. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. You don't need to implement everything perfectly from day one. Small, consistent improvements compound over time into dramatic results. Bonus strategies for accelerated results. Before we wrap up, I want to share 3 bonus strategies that can accelerate your testosterone optimization. These are advanced techniques I use with my private patients who want to maximize their results. Bonus strategy number 1. First, strategic cold exposure. Cold showers or ice baths for 3 to 5 minutes can increase testosterone by up to 15% while simultaneously reducing cortisol. The key is gradual adaptation. Start with 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your regular shower and build up slowly. Bonus strategy number 2. Second, optimize your exercise timing. While resistance training boosts testosterone, when you train matters. Studies show that testosterone levels are highest in the morning, so that's when your workouts will be most effective. Additionally, compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and bench press provide the biggest hormonal boost. Bonus strategy number 3. Third, consider natural testosterone boosters. Beyond the basic supplements I mentioned, there are 3 natural compounds with solid research. D-aspartic acid can increase testosterone by 15 to 20% in men with low levels. Fenugreek extract has been shown to improve both testosterone levels and sexual function. Tongadali, a traditional herb, can reduce cortisol while boosting free testosterone. Important disclaimer. Remember, these are enhancement strategies, not replacements for the 3 fundamental areas we discussed. Think of them as the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. Gentlemen, declining testosterone is not an inevitable part of aging. It's a symptom of a lifestyle that's working against your body's natural hormone production. You have the power to reclaim your vitality, your energy, and your masculine health. But it requires taking action on what you've learned today, not just watching this video and hoping things will magically improve. If this video has been helpful, please hit that like button. It helps me reach more men who need this information. And if you're serious about optimizing your health, subscribe and ring the notification bell because I'm constantly sharing new strategies based on the latest research and my clinical experience. Here's what I want you to do right now. First, commit to implementing the sleep optimization strategy starting tonight. Second, identify your biggest stress triggers and develop a plan to address them. Third, clean out your pantry and stock it with testosterone-supporting foods. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 3 mistakes you recognize in your own life. I read every comment and often create follow-up videos based on your questions and experiences. If you're dealing with severe symptoms or suspect you have clinically low testosterone, please consult with a qualified healthcare provider. Blood testing is essential to get an accurate picture of your hormonal health. Remember, every day you wait is another day of accepting less than your best self. Your family, your career, and your quality of life are all depending on you taking charge of your health. I'm Dr. Lauren Mitchell, and I believe every man deserves to feel strong, energetic, and vital at any age. Take action on what you've learned today, and I'll see you in the next video.